Roblox Chaos stream. First time in a long while, actually, that I've done this. And the main reason is for this. This is a game that my friend Jesse Gillette and a bunch of other people at Virtual Valley were working on for quite some time, which recreates the sinking of the MTS Oceanos, a cruise ship which sank back in August of 1991. If you want to know the full history of the ship, the sinking, and the rescue, I highly, highly, highly recommend looking at a documentary that Jesse Gillette made himself, well, with some help from a lot of other people as well. And his video on the game, because both go into a lot more detail on the incident and everything that unfolded during it. And forgive me, my mind is a bit scrambled because I haven't done this in so long. So apologies in advance if everything I say gets a bit muddled here and there. All right. But yeah, basically, as I just said, if you want to know the history about the ship, its sinking and whatnot, please go check out Jesse's channel because he made a fantastic documentary on it and knows a lot of people who've made other good films and even books on the subject that are worth looking at and reading. One of whom being Andrew Pike, who made a fantastic book on the subject. Anyways, enough rambling from me. Let's hop into here and check this out, because like all of you and everyone else, I've been waiting a long time to see this. So, I'm very curious to see what lies ahead. Oh, of course the game has to update. Why wouldn't it? Also, unrelated to that, I have a little bit of a patriotic Christmas tree I got recently. Anyways, I gotta mute this because I don't know if I have to mute this because I don't know if the music is copyrighted or not. I don't know why my character is glitching, but I digress. Oh, it's because we're on the it's because we're on the ship. Yeah, that makes sense. There we go. Okay, I'm deploying the life jacket. Why can I not? Okay. I can't even get... I love it. I can't get into the boat. Oh, there's one. Wait for me, please. Sir, help. Why is it... There we go. Well, there's something you don't see every day. Let's see, can I actually... see, no. Is there anything for audio? Because I don't remember if there's any way to turn the music off. I really don't. See, we have two people here. Nice to see that. First time in a long time I've seen that. Let me see. No. What is this? Of course it's got to be pay to win. Why wouldn't it be? Oh, and there goes the ship. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, and Gillette could confirm this or not, or clarify it, I forget the word, but if I'm not mistaken, during the sinking, the ship pretty much sank a little bit like Britannic towards the end, where its bow slammed into the ocean bottom, which made it go down on its side, hence the angle it's at today. Again, I could be wrong on that, so Jesse could clarify me on that later or not. Why is this thing blurring? I don't know why this is blurring. There we go. So, that was the tail end of the sinking. So what I need to do mainly is go back and do the whole thing in full. And I actually want to go and explore the ship. Though I think you know why. I want to see if there's an engine room. If there even is. I don't even know if there is one, so Oh yes, I'm in the bridge. Hello, sir. How are you doing? Pretty decent crowd for a game that only released a few weeks ago, maybe, or a few days ago. I don't remember. Let me see. Wrongly. I don't think wrongly is a word. It should be badly. Oh gosh. I believe I'm dying. I believe I am dying, apparently. Okay, here we go. So... oh, so this is the spawn. Okay. I like this. I'm gonna mute this until I figure out where you can take care of the music or not, because I actually do not... oh, wait. Is that what that is? Hold on. There was a little cassette tape there. Was that what that was? Let's see. Yeah, that was it. Thank goodness. I was wondering. Okay, so... alright, so here's the spawn, which is nice. Can I get off the conveyor belt, please? Thank you. So yeah, this is made by the same guys who did Titanic, Britannic, and the plane crash game. So Amaze Man and all them. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, and this is nice, because in real life, one of the ship's lifeboats was actually recovered and is on display. So I like that they did that here too. That's nice. So I guess this is supposed to be the cruise terminal? I don't know. I've never been to South Africa. Although my grandmother has, or rather has a friend who's been there. Yeah, I think... I can't remember. My mind is by no means what it was 10 months ago, and I honestly think I've gotten stupider since I did this stuff last. But yeah, my grandmother actually has a friend who's from South Africa. So, I don't know if they recall anything from the sinking or anything like that. They weren't on it, of course, but still. Anyway, the ship has respawned, as you can see, so I'm going to go down and check it out. So here we are on the ship. We're on the bow, and here's where the spare propellers are. I'm going to turn the volume down so you guys can hear me. There we go. So yeah, we're on the forecastle deck here. So this is where you'd have all the anchor machinery, line handling equipment and whatnot. Windlasses, ballards, etc. And you've got spare anchors, spare propellers. And this, I believe, is a staircase that leads down, along with ventilators that also lead down. And again, my friend, I know Jesse, he could correct me on all this because he knows more about the ship than I do. He's basically the youngest historian who's done stuff on it. So, yeah, I'm going to go forward inside and see what I can see. So I guess these would have been forward cabins, maybe crew, maybe not, I don't know. That's something I need to ask him, if he and I could do a playthrough of this together so that I can get my facts straight, because when he was working on the documentary, he did ask me if he could borrow some footage I had from one of the Carnival cruises I was on. Mainly, I guess, for B-roll footage or stock footage. But in the end, once a lot more footage of Oceanos was found, that was able to be cut out and omitted, which was good, because, I mean, the ship was made in the I was on was made in the 90s, but it was not by any means the same type as Oceanos. I think the only reason he used the footage was because of the lifeboat davits and some of the shots were identical. But other than that, there was really no other relation. So here's one of the staircases that goes down. So I'm going to just go down as far as I can because I'm curious. Okay, so I believe we are down. Yeah, we're down as far as we can go up forward. So this is the forward staircase. And these are all cabins, all these decks. And of course, only a few are accessible to keep the performance up, which is good. And I like that they have original deck plans here. That's nice, and I believe we're moving. Oh yeah, so we're currently in the storm right now. All right. Let's see. So I'm going up. We have a bit of a lounge here. Here's the dining room. Yeah, here's the main lounge. I love these panels. You know, imagine if Oceanos somehow had survived long enough for Peter Kanega to see it. Oh, that would have been amazing. Just imagine a decked episode of Oceanos. God, that would have been the historical gold for those of us who enjoy ships like this. I think, are these elevators? No, I say that and I just realized I don't think Oceanos had elevators. It was a small cruise ship, so why would it? But I can see how people would get disoriented in here. This is rather... Yeah, this is rather disorienting unless you know where you're going. So here we're out on... So now we're out on the stern deck here. Or the upper stern deck, I should say. This goes down to the bottom. Back inside. And as you'll notice, the sinking and events are greatly sped up because in real life, I think the ships took about, what, 10, 12, maybe 15 hours to sink? Something like that. I could be wrong. So, of course, understandably, they would have to speed all the events up greatly so that people don't get bored. So, yeah, this is as far down as this staircase goes. So up forward is where the water is going to be visible, now that I realize that. Oh, yeah. And here's the salon. There's actually photos of this room, I believe from this angle or a similar one, that show this room. And I believe the replicas adverts on the wall are replicas of what was here back in the 1990s. So here we have the concierge desk or purser's desk. Oh, and the madness has begun. We have lost power. Now, if you're familiar with the story, the lights went out for a considerable amount of time, and it would take quite a few minutes for the emergency power to kick on, if at all. So, yeah, and this is the ship's dining room, and I just realized the phone has a good light sensor because this is more visible than it would have been on the G5, which is nice. Ah, well, props to the guys. That that answers my question. So the galley, engine room, and generator room are going to be added soon. So if later, if people are daring, they can go down and experience the flooding firsthand and get further down than Moss Hills was able to. In fact, I believe he gave an account where he did make his way to the dining room later during the sinking, and he couldn't actually get in because it was completely flooded. Like, he could see and hear water crashing back and forth from the one wall to one wall, carrying tables, chairs, cutlery, etc., all over the place. And if I recall, he said it was actually quite dangerous. But again, I'm only going off of what I heard, you know, either in the documentary or from what was said in interviews later, either with Jesse or with other people. But, again, I really don't remember because my memory's been foggy. What I do hate, though, is these nice murals were lost in the sinking. So I'm going to go up forward and I'm going to see what the hell's going on. Pardon my French. Actually, I was going forward, wasn't I? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Got somebody in here keeping people calm or trying to keep order. Now, I don't know where this went. Maybe these were boarding areas? I don't know. Excuse me. Oh, yeah, and here's the main lounge, which is also shown in other photos during the sinking. And I believe this was added on later. And you can tell it's later because drop ceiling. I hate drop ceilings. Shopping gallery. So this was, of course, the promenade deck in the ship's earlier career. Still was, but just nowhere near in the capacity as it used to be. Excuse me. Yeah, no power. None. Oh, that was a nice detail. They, they added the, effect where if you're outside the ship, the wind and waves and weather are honestly, intolerable, but inside it's dampened and you only hear the groaning. Though what I'm currently seeing is this. Water. And as you can tell, it's now... Oh yeah, it's up now by a full deck. That's not good. Ah, get me out of here. Get me out of here, thank you. Yeah, to put it bluntly, it's a good thing everybody was mustered up to the upper decks, because if they were in the cabins at this point, if the sinking... Let me rephrase this. If the sinking was as fast as it is in the game, if anyone was in their cabins down in that lower deck, they'd be dead. There would be no way for them to get out. So I'm glad in real life everybody was mustered up on the upper decks and not down below, because that would have been bad. That would have been very bad. So as you can tell, the water is steadily rising. It's just very, very slow. But of course, with each pitch, with each roll, the water is going to eventually rise up and take over the ship and bring it down. And here's the other dining room. And I actually think this, if I'm not mistaken, I think, is this the same? Okay, yeah, this is the same dining room. So I think Moss was either in that stairwell there or that, or the other one back here. I don't remember which, but this here is what he would have started to see, water coming in. Now, of course, in real life, the reason the sinking was so slow is because the water was actually flooding the ship via its plumbing system. So, you know, every toilet, every shower, every bathroom, every sink, you know, it was stuff like that. Water was slowly bubbling out of it due to the due to the pressure. And of course, with it being water pipes and stuff, even if you had faucets and taps closed, water would have still been, you know, forcing itself, you know, through water taps, through drains, through various fittings and fixtures and what have you. Simply due to the sheer pressure alone. And the reason that happened is because the crew was doing maintenance on some of the septic equipment further down in the ship, in the engineering spaces, and had removed some valves and piping that were critical to that in order to make the repairs, because being an old ship that wasn't initially suited for cruising, well, you had plumbing problems because some of this stuff hadn't yet been updated, you know? And of course, when the water came in, which I believe was due to a sea chest plating or something like that failing, I don't remember which, it came in so fast that the crew did not have time to, you know, react in terms of putting the piping back together enough to keep water from entering the septic system, which of course it did, and well, y'all know the rest. And we're now seeing the effects of that right now, because if you'll notice, the ship's rocking has now been reduced to one side. So in other words, we're now listing, and that list is only going to get worse as time goes on. And I think this is what Moss would have seen now that I'm looking at it. And big spaces like this did the ship no favors, because it gave room for this free surface effect to intensify and worsen. In fact, since water was coming up through the cabins, it wouldn't actually surprise me one bit if the list was exacerbated by water entering in further on one side than the other, because think about it. Since the one row of cabins, say say this row here is lower down on this side, that means the water coming into the ship would come out of all the plumbing fixtures of these cabins more than it would on the high side of the ship. Which, of course, would cause water to flow out and down into these spaces like the dining room, furthering the list. And you get what I mean, I would think, right? Basically, the lower side would have more water coming in, which of course would increase the list, which would increase the sinking. And it just, you see, I think you guys can see and understand the domino effect I'm trying to convey here. So I don't think I have to go any further with it. So now we're on the forward helipad deck, where the first half of the rescue was coordinated by Moss and Company. And I believe they rescued a good number of passengers both here and further down on the bow deck here. In fact, one thing I see that's missing is the Zodiacs that were here. They actually launched some Zodiacs off the bow here, if I recall correctly. And they did that and had people on the bow here jump from the railing into the water where they could be picked up by those Zodiacs, all the way up until water started flooding the bow here via the drainage ports and whatnot. But again, I could be wrong here, and thankfully for us, though, the night has ended and the day has begun. Thank goodness, because we're going to need all the light we can get now that the power's failed. And one thing I neglected to look at was the bridge, and I think this here is why Jesse used some of the footage I shot on one of the earlier Carnival cruises I was on, because I believe the Legend-class ship, or Legacy-class ship, or whatever it was, had the same davits as Oceanos. So yeah, here's the bridge, which unfortunately I cannot access due to that. But you can see it's very detailed, and I like that. I like that a lot. And here's the bridge wing. And then here's the officers' quarters up here. That's what all this is. And then here's the smokestack with an entrance port for maintenance right there. Engine room ventilation skylight right here, which is what all this was. Oh, you can go inside the funnel. Okay, I like that. And I like that they have a door here. Okay, that's humorous. I like they have doors here, but you can't access them. And of course, this was all just shell plating, I believe. In fact, I think all that's left of this today on the wreck is just the two exhaust pipes for the diesel engines. Like, all the shell plating has been crumpled and broke off during the sinking. Oh yeah, here's the awning. And of course, true to real life, all the deck equipment and whatnot would of course be sliding on this side. And of course into the pool, which has been drained. And then here's one of the shots that I believe was done by Moss Hills. If you look at the famous video footage, you'll see these deck chairs sliding back and forth and people trying to climb on the high side of the deck here, about trying to be level when it's really like this, you know? And I think right over there was where you could see Avranes clinging to a pole kind of in shock before he, you know, forced himself into a helicopter. Cowardly jerk. Now here's a glitch they need to fix. The lines coming through the ship's railing. That's kind of creepy, but I digress. And if you guys saw the documentary, you'll know that most of the rescuers, or most of the guys who took part in the rescue, are still alive, or were. Save for Robin Boltman, who sadly passed away, I believe, shortly before the actual film was released, if I'm not mistaken. He passed in, I think, 2021, sadly. Which is a shame, because I know he probably would have enjoyed the film as much as Moss and the others did. And if you guys are curious about Moss, I believe, last I heard, he still works as a cruise director for various cruise lines, which is nice. And if you guys have followed his story, you'll know that he actually saved lives on another cruise ship incident, the Achille Lauro, which which Bright Sun Films has covered the story of. In fact, Bright Sun has covered the story of both of Oceanos and Achille Lauro, which is worth looking at. Now, this is an angle that I recall seeing. In fact, I think this was an angle that some of the container ship crew shot during the night when the ship first started sinking. If you look at another documentary about the ship, which I believe CBS did, I don't remember, but they show that footage. Okay, and whoever's piloting this boat decided, I think, to collide with the Oceanos, ? I don't know, but I'm about to look and see what the heck is going on. Yep, and we have collided, ladies and gentlemen. A unfortunate situation has now just gotten worse. Because had this container ship just done what was done here, the Oceanos would have plunged in less than a few minutes instead of a few hours. So yeah, that's not good. Yeah, they're just slicing through the hull. There's just no, it's fine. We're just gonna casually slice through the Oceanos' hull like a freaking meat cleaver and can opener. It's totally fine. What could possibly go wrong? Oh wait, ship sinks in less than 5 seconds. Anyways. Oh, yep, and we're gonna do it again. Yep, and there we go. We're just slicing through the stern now. The ship is just going full Mikhail Lermontov or whatever the ship was that was sliced apart by a container ship in Russia. Yeah, you know where this is going, ladies and gentlemen. It's not gonna look good. No. We're just mincemeating the ship right now. It's fine. And now we're just being a full-on Giannis Aranis 2.0 by... Oh, wait, never mind. So it seems whoever's piloting the ship now is just wanting people to just casually jump from one sinking ship to another, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, moving on. And there's now no one watching the stream. Okay, that's rather disheartening, but at the same time being... Since it's a school day, I can understand, but still. Come on, people. Of course, the reason the water's calm in game is because it would be a pain in the neck trying to model the kind of conditions the ship was being torn apart in. But as you can see, it's now pretty much the end for Oceanos. She is now in the process of her final plunge and is going down somewhat like Titanic in A Night to Remember. Almost. And of course, unlike real life, there's unfortunately still people on the ship who are planning to ride her down. So, that's unfortunate. Somebody here is interested more in bacon than saving lives. How unfortunate. And there goes the ship. And of course, in real life, all the deck chairs and equipment and whatnot plummeted off the ship as it went vertical. And you'd had all that remaining air, dust, and other stuff pretty much spewing out of every single opening and orifice and crevice that was available for it to escape through. In fact, towards the end of the sinking, you can actually see a door get blown literally off its hinges as the stern goes down. just from the sheer amount of air going out of the ship. Because remember, the ship flooded so slowly that when it finally did plunge down rapidly, there were plenty of air pockets and stuff left to either implode or, you know, have air shot down. And there we go. I think the ship has impacted the bottom. It's going to rotate on its bow. And as it rotates, the bow is going to get damaged and steadily torn apart. And then the ship's going to slowly lay itself back on its side and go under. Which I believe is what's happening right now, in fact. Yep, that's exactly what's happening right now. We got one brave soul who's still somehow choosing to ride the ship down, even though rescue is right beside it. Oh, we got two people, actually. Okay. No doubt trying to do a Titanic reference on a modern-day cruise ship. Go figure. And then it just drops like a rock. Go figure. There we go. And yeah, that's it. That's the end of the Oceanos right there. And this is the Nimlord Mauritius. This was one of the first rescue ships on the scene, one of a few. And the captain of this ship is the one who gave Robin Bolton and Moss Hills all the, you know, advice and stuff they needed to help coordinate the rescue. And I believe Moss, Robin, and the captain of Nimlord Mauritius were pretty much the on-site rescue coordinators until the South African Air Force and whatnot came onto the scene. Now, again, before you guys roast me in the comments, I could be wrong on this, so I'd recommend, you know, looking to Jesse and company for better clarification, all right? Because they know way more about this incident than me. Way more. Way more. I'm just going off of what I remember. Yeah, but I believe this game took about a full year to 2 years to make, so major props goes out to Jesse and the Virtual Valley staff and everyone else who helped. I mean, because this is really good. Like, I already have only been playing for a few minutes now, and I enjoy it. I will say, though, that something I would love to see them do is actually a wreck version of the ship. I know that's impossible, given that the ship has only been explored 1 or 2 times. And it's a bit like Andrea Doria, almost, where the ship was explored shortly after its sinking, maybe a few months to a year, and then the last time it was explored was sometime in the early 2000s, and the only reason it hasn't been explored since, either by diver or submersible, is due to the fact that it's in a very high current area of water, meaning the currents are too strong and too difficult to pilot a submersible in. And of course, it's even more difficult, you know, trying to do it in a diving suit, you know? I mean, hence why the South African coast is called the Wild Coast. So yeah, there goes the ship. Now this is gonna just be me watching it from afar because I'm curious, you know. I want to see what the animation looks like externally. Yeah, so they got the harbor tugs pulling the ship away. Something I think would be neat is after a certain point, they let the tugs go and the ship proceeds ahead while the tugs, go further back and, essentially off screen where they despawn. That'd be neat. Because that would be accurate, They would pull away from the ship and go from there. There's a bulk freighter there. Even though it's hard to see, there's the breakwater there. Now, if I'm not mistaken, in his research, Jesse actually found footage that someone sent him of the ship during a prior cruise where you can actually hear the ship partially grounding on some of the breakwater. Now, I don't know how close that cruise was in relation to the ship's final voyage, but it wouldn't surprise me if that would have something to do with the sinking later. But again, don't quote me on it because I'm only going off of my own shoddy memory, but so, take what I say with a grain of salt. So I'm going to go mute and I'll let y'all enjoy this from external view. I'm back, and as you can tell, I zoomed in, so in reality on the game it's nighttime, but with this phone it makes it to where, sorry. In reality on the game it's nighttime right now. But of course the phone's light sensor makes it to where it's daytime. Now it's getting towards daytime. So as you can tell from looking, the ship does not have a lot of time left. It's down heavy at the bow. And, yeah. I was just looking to see if I could get a better angle, but I don't see anything. Yeah, and I apologize being away from all this for so long. It's just, this time it's not just due to burnout, but more due to me trying to get life in order and whatnot, you know? That, and I just have gotten to where I really just haven't had the energy to really stream any gaming stuff much anymore, you know? Because I used to do this almost daily whenever I had the time to do it. But now I don't have the same level of energy as I used to have, you know? But that just comes with living life, I guess, and getting older. You got less time on your hands, or you think you've got less time, so you just don't do as much as you used to do for fear of, you know, losing track of time. And I believe that clock up there is just a sped up version of the time it took for the ship to sink. So we're currently at 8 hours now. As you can see, the ship's bow is lower in the water. Wouldn't surprise me if the lower well deck and forecastle are going under about this time or close to it. Yeah, I think I can just see water coming over the forecastle deck there, or well deck, or whatever it would be called. Yeah, there we go. Now it's going underwater. 10 hours now. Yeah, but once it goes down, I'm probably going to switch to another game if I can. Currently at 11 hours now, going to be 12 in the next few minutes. Or a few seconds, rather, judging by the little clock on the game. 12 hours in game. And I like that the counter is a bit like a VHS tapes one. I just realized that. And as you can see, the ship is now in its final plunge. And of course, as it goes down, it's going to right itself temporarily, or somewhat temporarily. Just going down vertical. There goes the stack. It and the engine room skylight would have failed and let in tons and tons of water. Yeah, ship's near vertical, or pretty much is vertical now that I say that, and it's, yep, there it goes. Impact at the bottom, slowly rotates, and it's just going to lay itself down as it goes under. That's it. 13 hours. The ship is gone. So that's it. So I'm going to switch games now. Alright, so I decided I'm going to look at DG County, see if anything's changed there. That seems to be the case, because they made an update just yesterday. So let's see what we have, shall we? Apologies for all the coughing and hacking. I'm dealing with some sinus drainage, unfortunately. But, you know, it is what it is. You can't really fix anything about that, can you? Oh, they added some new places, I think. Unless I'm going crazy, I don't know. Oh, now this is nice. I'll give them points. I like the detail they've added to the rail line since I was here last. There's a lot more here than there was, that's for sure. Only trouble. Both locomotives are Game Pass engines, and I don't do the Roblox Game Pass stuff anymore. Too expensive for something I may never use. Ah, there's something promising. Yeah, there we go. That's something promising. I love it. I'm hearing trains, but I don't see them. Ah, there he is. I wondered when that would show up. There's a Winston Link style view. Got a 2662 articulated here from the Uinta Railway. Really nice model. I'll give the guy points. I think it was Uinta 50 who modeled this, so points to him. Well, apparently the train was running unmanned because I don't see the person driving it. Weird. I will say, though, I love the depots. I love the color scheme, too. That's really nice. Oh, so they've got it so you can actually load and unload trains. That's nice. I didn't know that was even a thing. Now just where the heck is the engine house? I don't see any. Oh yeah, they've made a metric ton of progress to this, because there was nowhere near this much here at all. Got a little... Oh, this reminds me of the... Okay, this gives me Glover Locomotive Works vibes. Well, I'll give them points. I love the model and I love its details. Though its cab is unusually big for a switcher. Yeah, so it's a 042. Nice. Very nice. I love this. That's one locomotive. Let's see if I can find another. And I had no clue the battery was dying on my phone until just now. Okay, let's see. Interchange. Oh, yo, what? What in the absolute heck? This is neat. I like this. Okay, so we got a janky logging engine. Alright, I like this. This is new. It's a saddle tank Shay. I don't believe I've ever seen such a thing until today. There is a massive delay on this thing. Hold on, what the heck is going on here? Hey, random stuff, what's up? I love the detail on this. All right, back her up. One thing I will say about this Shay is it needs a, I'll put it bluntly, it needs a spark arrestor on the top of the stack due to the embers flying around. That's just me. You see, look at all the embers coming out of that stack. It needs a spark arrestor. You want all your valuable timberland to go up in smoke? Oh, well, that works out. And this must be the engine shed for the Shay. Yeah, it's gotta be. Yeah, for some reason the phone is struggling due to overheating, and I think it's due to that and low battery. So, as much as I hate to say it, I'm probably gonna go and end the gameplay pretty soon due to the phone needing to be charged. So here's the main interchange, and I want to just check and see if maybe they added a proper switch and sighting here to connect to the interchange, because I know it was all disconnected before. And here's this. So they've added more detail since I looked at this, though the trailing truck, or the lead truck, is derailed, which is not a good sign. I've seen those stacks before, but I've never seen them in person. But I love the detail, so the models must have been updated, so props to them. Ah, yes. There's Heiss's favorite whistle. If you know who I'm talking about, you know, you know. And I remember this being double track. I guess not. Oh yeah, nope. They've backfilled it. Oh yeah, they complete. Oh yeah. This is all gone. I remember there was a ton of track here last time I played the game, so they ripped that out. Yeah, so that's all been torn out. Okay. Which, unfortunately, is true to real life, sadly. That's a shame. And there used to be an interchange switch right over here that's been ripped out. Okay. Yeah, this is, I think this is inspired by White Pass and Yukon's original route through downtown Skagway. But I don't remember. Ah, yes, here comes the Virginian. Or whatever it was. Oh yeah, Nacional de Mexico. They're articulated, which has been updated immensely since I last saw it. Damn, it looks great. Only trouble, they don't realize they're about to run into the back of another train. Oh well, I'm going to let them. So they're doing an early cold drag, Colorado style. Yeet. And I'm going to hitch a ride. I'm about to troll them so hard. Watch this. Whoops. Sorry, bud, you lost a couple of cars. Oops. I'm gonna troll them so hard. Imagine if I can break the rest of the train. Oh, that's gonna be fun. Oh, and he's empty. Okay. Makes this easier. Oh, we're aboard. No, I'm just hitching a ride. It's fine. What could go wrong? I think he notices. I think he notices. Lol. Okay, I'll leave it. Either way, though, I do like the models. They look really nice. I didn't realize they changed that thing's whistle. That looks nice. On the plus side, though, the game quality is amazing since I was here. This here would be good B-roll footage if the phone would just cooperate. I believe I've reached my stop. Oh, he collided with somebody. Lol. And that guy has got the most cursed skin I have ever seen. There's the bloody delete key on these things. Of course, it was going to end in some derailment. I just didn't know what. Yeah, that's a problem. It's a bit of an issue. Because all his drivers are on the ground. Amongst other things. Oh, sure, you don't even bother getting rid of your train, huh? Well, clearly, there's way too much stuff. The frick is this guy doing? Oh. Oh god, it's breaking the engine. Oh, that thing is struggling. It's wheel slipping. What the heck? Alright, for that, bud. Alright, bud, since you want to be a jerk. Good luck. That's all I'm going to say. Since the guy wanted to act like a jerk, I'm just gonna spite him. Sorry, bud. Nothing personal. Actually, it is kind of personal, but I digress. I believe that'll do it since my cameras and my phone are dying on me, so I will see y'all later.